next few days after this. I want to keep this AMA kind of general. Don't really want to talk about price. Just want to kind of talk about Felipe, his role, his vision, and what we can expect from Jigstack moving forward. So if you guys do have questions during the live event, let's just try to keep it general in that. The format of the AMA is going to be a couple questions that myself and Stacking We have put together just to get it going. An introduction of our new lead blockchain developer. We got some pre-submitted questions that people dropped in our Discord, and then we're going to open it up to some live questions for the audience to ask. So when we get to that, all you got to do is just hit the raise your hand button, and we'll invite you on the stage, and we can hear what you got to say. So with that, again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and he may be able to tell me when he comes on in a second. I just want to say that I am very excited to have Felipe Faria join Jigstack as a lead blockchain developer. I know a couple days ago, maybe a week ago at this point, the Jigstack DAO Twitter shared a little Medium thing about his experience. Looks like he's been around programming as well as blockchain for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean over 15 years. Someone with a degree in computer engineering, working for communication and mobile sector in the Latin American market, and then experience on blockchain with EOS, Anchor, and Sandbox. And now here he is with the Jigstack DAO. So we're excited again to have you on board, and I want to thank you for your time and your participation in this AMA series. And before I hand it over, one more thing. I do want to say that this is a series of AMAs that Jigstack started with really formally last month with an AMA with the COO, Robert. Now we're joined with the lead blockchain here, and it's going to be an AMA series that we continue hopefully once a month for the foreseeable future. And I'm personally really excited for this one and for the next one. We're going to have some key members of the Jigstack team going into a deep dive about the DAO and what the DAO is going to look like. So definitely follow us on all the socials to make sure that you're up to date on all of the AMA things that are going on. So with that said, Felipe, how are you?
Hey man, thanks for the announcement. You said my name correctly. Good. And yeah, nice to be here also. Hello everyone. Discussing Jigstack's future. I'm very excited to join this team and this also community. I'm also very impressed with everything I have seen so far, all the discussions that I have been finding here on Discord and everything that's happening. So yeah, let's do it. Let's start the discussion.
Yeah, cool. And it's cool that you jumped into Discord really quickly. It's nice to see you. Dropping some words every now and then in the Discord. It's nice to just have that kind of access to the team. So yeah, we appreciate you. So I started out with talking a little bit about some of the checkboxes on your resume. Can you go a little bit more in depth about yourself and your experience in blockchain?
Yeah, for sure. So as I said, I have been on the road for a while, almost 15 years of software development, and of course that working at Samsung was like say a big milestone of my career, but I prefer to focus here on the blockchain experience. I started working with blockchain as a freelancer in 2016 with Ethereum. Some friends of mine had a startup at the time, and they called me to work with them. I loved it. I loved the experience. How everything works, and since then I have been diving into blockchain and crypto space even more. As the years pass, I started studying and getting involved in a lot of things. And in 2018, I started working with Israel. Israel is a block producer from multiple EOS.io blockchain. There I had multiple roles, like one of them was related to infrastructure, taking care of the servers, the set of validators, APIs, and all the infrastructure that related to the block producer that they have. And also, I was a DM developer. They work closely with the use.io community there, so we developed tools for the users and also for the community. And one thing that I love to highlight there of my work at EOS is that I work at part-time outsourced to Ultra. I don't know if you guys heard about Ultra, but it's like this team of blockchain games, Ultra.io. I help them to customize their protocol as they also run EOS.io and also developing their system contracts. After working with EOS for a while, I joined Anchor. Also being involved in infrastructure, taking care of the nodes marketplace that they have and the API services that they provide for the users. And also at Anchor, I was working on Crosschain solutions. Like they have these marketplace and APIs that they offer for a huge amount of different blockchains. And also they have their staking product called StakeFi. Here's, let's say that, was one of my huge experience of cross-chain where I got. And after that, I also started being involved with Sandbox, helping them to integrate with Polygon and developing and maintaining these smart contracts. And here I am now at Jigstack.
Yeah, great. We're happy to have you. My question for you is, with that kind of experience and how many different crypto projects are going on right now, what was it about Jigstack that made you excited to join?
Yeah, that's a point. Well, when I first met Jigstack and I started talking with the guys, I thought that Jigstack has a great team. They are on its early stage of development, so I like that because I can also put my ideas to work, let's say that I can add easier what I really have in mind for DeFi products. The guys also had a very good set of products that they are planning to release, so that also caught my attention. And finally, the DAO approach, which I really love it. Like, I really think that if we work together, if we are able to work as a community, everybody working together and doing things closely, everything works much better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited also about the DAO aspect of it. And I know that gets glossed over when you're at the beginning part of a project like this, when you're trying to build and the DAO is in its infancy. So what is your grand vision for Jigstack? Where do you picture it in the short term and the long term?
Yeah, let's say that first thing is to stay close of the community, as you guys have seen. I try to jump directly to Discord, checking what you guys have been discussing, and trying to give my vision on it also. Because as we are a DAO, we need to work together with the community. After, I think that we need to release the products that we have in mind and add real value to it. Like only having a huge set of products that doesn't really add any value to the users, I think that it doesn't work very well. So this is where I want to go, developing a great, high quality set of products that adds real value to the community. Yeah.
Great, and we're going to get into what some of the products are that we're working on now. by asking some of the community questions. And if you've dropped Discord, it doesn't take long to see what the community want. There's two questions. The first one that's been huge is when CEX. Amazingly, we got that answer this week. And then the second biggest question really is when Polygon. So can you tell us about the plan to integrate with Polygon and maybe speak to each of the products in relation to the integration with Polygon? Talking about like Lemonade, Stack Bank, Santa, and Gallery.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have been saying that you guys are really, really anxious about Polygon, and I totally agree with that because nowadays the fees at Ethereum are being overwhelming. But yeah, SEX, we already did the announcement. I think that first week of December we're gonna have also news regarding that. And about Polygon, the short answer is soon. We're gonna be, the plan is we are working on it first for J Wallet and for Santa. So we're gonna release the J Wallet and Santa already integrated with Polygon. After having these done, we're gonna be able to do it quicker for the other projects. At least that was I'm expecting, because we're gonna have, let's say, the base of the work already done. So the amount of work we integrate with other projects will be not that much as compared to the first one. So yeah, you guys can expect that the Polygon integration will become reality really, really soon.
So I know that there's a big push for Santa now. Are we still on track for releasing Santa on Polygon, or is that going to go on Ether?
Yeah, we are on track for that. We were able to address all the issues that we were having, and things are on trail now. So yeah, we are on track.
Nice, good to hear. And I know during Robert's AMA last week, he said that at that point we were still on track to have 3 products on Polygon before the end of the year. You mentioned that it's easier to get once a product is up, it's easier to move it. So do you think that we're still on track for being able to produce 3 products on Polygon by the end of the year?
Yeah, I do believe also. Like, as I said, we were able to identify and address all the issues and difficulties that we were facing with Polygon. We are still working hard on this integration. Like, we are fixing the security side, applying the feedback from the audits, and I also think, like, when I landed here, the approach that I saw that the team were using for the Crosschain solution was not the best one in my opinion. So I decided to switch to what I think being a better solution that will help us to be more, let's say, modularized, and which will make it much easier to integrate with new chains in the future. This will demand us a bit more work now to implement these, but in the future we're gonna it will be much better for us. And yes, we are still on track for this to achieve, let's say, 3 products on Polygon before of the year. As I said, first we're gonna release Santa with the Polygon integration, and after that we are planning to integrate Lemonade and Stack Bank.
I know that at the beginning, and Robert mentioned it also, we developed Gallery via an Opensea API, and he said, if we could do it again, probably would have tried to develop it from scratch. So where do we stand now in regards to into the development of Gallery, and if that's going to be built on a different chain, or if it's going to be built on ETH, or really what's going on with it?
Yeah, like, for now we are still thinking about using the Opensea API as the first step. I prefer to say that let's say, as being our first step, we can aim the focus of the developing of the interface, front end, and add new features, for example. And once we have things working, if needed, we can switch and start using and creating our own marketplace to be able to port it to other platforms, as Hedera, for example, as you guys are also expecting. And but let's say that we have most of the solution ready for the gallery, so we're gonna keep working on this current one. We are not going to pivot to a whole new solution right now, and I think that this is the beauty of reusing open source coding and open solutions like the Opensea API, is that I believe that we can speed up the development process and then start adding real value to it, like moving and implementing it on other chains and this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it is a tough situation that you guys were faced with Opensea changing their rules, all the time. It would be amazing to see Gallery cross-chain on something else, because Gallery was going to be one of the key revenue makers in the ecosystem, leading to more burns and leading to more money going back into Stack Bank for the people that are staking there. So yeah, we'd love to see that moving forward, and I know that it's not front of mind right now because Santa is, but we're excited to get Santa out and be able to focus again on some of these other products and improving them.
Yeah, exactly. Just to complete here, as I said, we are focusing on Santa, especially because of our deadlines and because of the Santa, we have this approach of Christmas. But things are going very well, and for sure that after having this release, we're gonna be back aiming on the other products that we have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you did mention Hedera, and I know you're new to this, but our community was it was very Hedera focused, and I think that was the result of the partnership announcement at the beginning of Jigstack with Hedera, and excited to be maybe a launchpad on Hedera and a gallery on Hedera. So do you have any experience developing Hedera code and working with Hedera?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't have any experience with Hedera, but it's not a big deal. I have been doing research about it and working on prototypes, and also have been in touch with the Hedera tech guys. So yes, we have been moving on to integrate with Hedera. I know that you guys are really want these really hard, so I can't say when yet, but yeah, we are considering it, and I'm working on it to integrate Hedera to our products. And I also regarding other chains, in my opinion, I'm looking, and I think that we should aim for also EVM compatible chains first. Most chains nowadays are moving in this direction to speed up developers and projects adoption. So I would say that we should first integrate with layer 2 solutions like Polygon, and then probably hybrid chains that are having real usage for the users. So one thing that I also want, as I will say that a lot in this EMA, I want to be closer to the community and listen to what the guys really want and our users really want. So I'll probably be raising some polls and asking what the community wants in terms of chain integrations and future developments and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's great to hear, because I know the community has a lot of input, and especially as the DAO grows, the vision of it is the DAO being able to make some of these choices and be able to guide some of the work that some of the developers are doing. Looking at the chat over the course of the last couple months, I know some of the other chains that people are looking at are SOL, Solana, and AVAX also. So I think people are just excited for the whole cross chain the whole cross-chain aspect of the project, and then of course adding the governance on top of that also. It's pretty incredible. The next question we have from the community says, can you tell me about a project in which you applied cross-chain development methods? And then as you tell us about the project, can you describe which specific methods you used, those chains, and what you learned?
Yeah, like most part of my recent previous projects, I have worked on cross-chain solutions. At Anchor, for example, as I mentioned, we have a staking platform that allows users to stake on what we call micropools and receive bonds that they can use as liquidity in other protocols. In these products, we have it integrated with Polygon, AVAX, Binance Smart Chain, Polkadot, Kusama. So this is a huge work integrating backend, front end, and blockchain development. So it's not. I know that usually people think like, let's say that, oh, this is EVM compatible, so it's just a matter of migrating and integrating it to the project. It should be smoothly, but it's not that easy. We kind of have to think about infrastructure and other aspects of the development as well. On the sandbox, same. They are integrating on Polygon, which will improve the user experience in terms of fees. And you mentioned about the lessons that I learned. Like, I think that the main lesson of this experience is that, as I said, it looks easy, but it's not. Like, there are a lot of constraints and concerns when talking about cross-chain integration, especially about security, because you have to move funds between chains, and we need to be really, really cautious on that. And this is the vision that I'm bringing to Jigstack.
Perfect. I know you talked about EVM, and the next question actually has EVM in it. So it says, it's my understanding that Polygon has a built-in EVM, and contracts should be able to be copied and pasted. So what specific challenges are the team facing in regards to cross-chain migration?
That's a good point. Like, as I just mentioned it, like on the previous answer, like it's not a matter of copy and paste. Like, we can reuse these smart contracts. That's okay, but there's a lot of other developments involved, like in front end, back end, and infrastructure that need to be considered. Like, there's a whole new work in terms of interface, user experience. So this whole integration takes time and needs to be done very cautiously and to avoid errors, mistakes, and also security flaws. So we had some security issues that were pointed out by the audits, and the solution that the team decided to use a while ago was not the best approach, in my opinion. So this is what caused us to delay a bit. So we are moving to a better one, a better solution that will improve safety, user experience, and make further improvements and cross-chain integrations much easier. So I think that when we let's say, get off the drawing paper this whole new solution, we're going to start integrating all of our products really easier.
And I think, that approach kind of makes sense to me. If something wasn't working right, instead of just trying to create a patch to fix it and move forward with that, sometimes it does, take a little bit of effort to start all over in order to have, better gains moving forward. So
yeah, exactly. This is the thing. Yeah, we decided to do this step back, look again, think better of which solution we should take. We realized that the old solution was not the best approach, so we decided to delay a bit, but go with a better solution. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This next one deals with how work is split between you and Kawe. are one of you working on initial product development and updates while the other works on Crosschain? Can you give us a little insight into how you two are working together?
Yeah, that's kind of how things are working. Like, we are currently working together, always mainly focusing on the solutions that he has developed and coordinating the team on the product development. And for now, I'm mainly focused on the cross-chain solutions and how to integrate it on our products. And yeah, I think that's what I have to say right now.
You guys must be busy, huh? You put in like 50-hour weeks?
Yeah, it's been tough days.
What's your view on ETH 2.0 and the future of DeFi? And thinking about that, how can Jigstack stand out in a world where so many different DeFi projects are being released?
Yeah, I have been reading a lot, and we have been hearing a lot Ethereum 2.0, and I think that this term, let's say, is past. I don't like much to use Ethereum 2.0 nowadays. I think that things improved a lot this year, and it has been constantly being improved. I do believe that the future is multi-chain. Ethereum moved in this direction also with the layer 2 solutions popping up. So we are almost there, missing only a few things for the merge for us to really become for Ethereum to really become a BOS solution. So this is why I really don't like to use the term. We are already using it when we talking about cross-chain and layer 2 solutions. So I think that we are already there. The future for DeFi is huge, especially with all these integrations. I do believe that Jigstack will be important in this improvement process, providing high-quality products and solutions for the community. And as I said, always working closely to the users, to the community, and really adding really real values to the products. And that's where I'm aiming and I'm looking for with Jigstack.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And I know a lot of people get into DeFi for utility and a hedge against other types of investments that they have. And it's going to be incredible to see the whole Jigstack ecosystem running on multiple platforms and earning revenue, which is all going back to the stakers, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Our last question here from the community is, what are the challenges to code a DAO and give the community the best and fair governing power?
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. We have seen a lot of DAOs raising and being created right now. A lot of DAOs also creating new tools and new governance systems. So, I believe that there are still some issues on the DAO approach, and also a lot of things to be improved in order to have a really decentralized and fair approach. So, nowadays what we see is that the main roles of a DAO, even if the DAO it's decentralized in a way, let's say, but the main roles of a DAO are still very centralized, which, in my opinion, is not very good, and it's not where we are looking to go. So DAOs are testing and trying a lot of new approaches to improve this aspect, which is good, but there is a lot of work to do yet. On Jigstack DAO, what we have been working is we have been working hard thinking about all these aspects and developing our roadmap for it to solve these issues like centralizations and so on. And what I can say right now is that you guys will hear some really, you guys will hear the news really, really soon. As I mentioned it before, you guys are probably gonna having AMA with the main leaders and probably a lawyer to discuss in depth these details in the next few weeks. So there's a lot of work to do in terms of DAO, but yeah, the future is exciting.
Yeah, and I mentioned that at the beginning. I think that, like I said before, I think the DAO aspect of this gets glossed over a little bit, especially at the beginning phases, before the community really has the strong decision making. And it's incredible also what you guys have done with the creation of Jigstack also, and I'm sure that's going to play a part into giving people governance and the ability. That was the end of our community questions. We got about 20 minutes left on this AMA here. So, while people are gathering their thoughts, and if they want to ask a question live during the AMA, all you got to do is hit that hand raise button, and we can invite you up. I see one person has got their hand raised from the beginning. Let me see.
It's very anxious.
Or he fat-fingered it. We'll find out. I just invited him up to the stage to see if he wanted to ask a question. Alright, hey Lavish, how you doing?
Good, thanks man. How are you?
Excellent. You got a question?
Yeah. It was pretty much about the next IDO that we guys are going to have. So if you can just, or maybe the team can just reflect some ideas onto that, will it be good?
Yeah, sure. Like we are already announced that we were aiming to have an IDO now on 25th of November, but this one was cancelled. So we won't have any news ideals for this month, but we are aiming for 2 new ideals, or probably be happening in December. The guys are still negotiating these, but the stage of development is advanced, so we're probably gonna be hearing news from it really, really soon also. That's what I have to say regarding IDOs at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to hear that there's 2 in December, and I know that you're also thinking about trying to get Lemonade onto Polygon, so I know the community's hopeful that, it all comes together, and one of those IDOs at least can be released on Polygon. That would be cool.
Yeah. Well, as I said, like, there's a lot of things going on. ITO sometimes is not only a matter of us. Sometimes there are issues on the projects itself that are trying to the IDO and avoid us to really executing it. And there's a lot of things coming up, like taking things off the drawing board sometimes is difficult, but when when we achieve that, things will be really awesome, and probably a lot of things will happen together.
Yeah, and I've stressed in the chat also, I mean, Lemonade is a proven product that works. We've had 2 IDOs on it. So if there is an IDO cancellation, it's not because our platform or our dApps are not working. We understand that there's probably something going on behind the scenes that would cause an issue like this, because we're confident that that Lemonade was able to handle infrastructurally wise the releasing an idea.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes there's business things or even other aspects that we aren't able to control. And that's it.
Yeah, Lavish. I didn't. Oh, he sat down. Anyway, it looks like we got the busy koala up. You have a question?
Felipe, welcome. Appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come in here and discuss all this stuff with us, and also all the time you spent in Discord getting to know the community. My question is, so we've had a lot of V1 product launches, a lot before your time, and a lot going on right now with JWallet Santa about to drop. Can you elaborate on where we are with all of the V2 updates expected to come out? I know you mentioned Lemonade, Stack Bank to get on Polygon, and we know that'll be in the V2. Do we have any kind of timeline on when these version 2s are going to roll out after the JWallet rollout?
Yeah, I can give you exact information on that right now, but we are aiming to launch JWallet and Santa with Polygon integrated probably on the first part of December. After that, we're gonna have the space and the solid works for the Polygon integration done. So it will be a matter of doing a bit more work on Lemonade and Stack Bank to also integrate these products to layer 2. So we are aiming, as we discussed it before, until the end of the year, having these 3 products integrated with at least Polygon and ready to be integrated to other chains to the next year. Yeah.
Appreciate that. And then follow up on that. So we know Polygon and Crosschain is coming on all these other products, which I'm sure everybody's super excited for. What about any other updates the community is requesting? Is there a plan to put a more formal request feature? I know we have some feedback channels and DAO discussion channels where the community is constantly getting in there, and we're talking to each other and trying to think about what kind of improvements we would like to see. Recently, I know the Jigstack was a big one. But is there plans from you within the community or anyone else to come up with kind of a more formal request for these version 2 and then in the future version 3, 4, 5 features that everybody would like to see?
Yeah, for sure. My intention here is to work closer to you guys. We're going to listen to you guys. So we're going to create some official ways for you guys to request new features and that kind of thing. As I mentioned, getting things off the drawing board is harder than only maintaining it and implementing new features. This is why we did some kind of pause on releasing new versions of the products that are already running, and to be able to really focus on the release of new products. After we release these products, we're gonna aim and attack the updates and new releases and what you guys really wanna, and add real value to the products. But you can be sure that the community will be listening and you guys will be always working with us on that matters.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate that.
Does anyone else have a question? If so, you can raise your hand. Well, if no one has any other questions, I'll remind everyone again that this was recorded, is being recorded, and it should be available online soon. With that, I want to thank Felipe for his time, and I want to see if you have any closing words to close this out.
Oh yeah, just want to ask for the community to be patient and trust the team. Like, we are working hard, and there's a lot to be done, as we mentioned it here a lot of times. I want to be working closely with the community, listen to you guys and to the users, and doing this bridge, let's say, between the development team and the community. I will be open to answer questions and just be open to discuss some technical aspects with you guys. And finally, I want to say that we have a bright future ahead, lots of new things coming up. We're going to have a lot of new and exciting news until the end of this year, and let's do it together. And also, thanks for everybody to be here listening and for the time, and that's it.
Cool. Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks. It's great having you as a member of the Jigstack team, and we'll see everyone in Discord, and thanks again for sticking with us despite those technical issues on Twitter Spaces earlier. We'll get that straightened out. So thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye-bye, guys. Thanks.